Welcome to Quizmash. Test your knowledge with fun, educational, and hilarious questions that will make you think and laugh. Are you ready to challenge your brain? Let's get started.
Can you guess the organ? The liver. How many types of blood vessels are there in the circulatory system? Three. What type blood does a universal donor have? O negative. What is the primary function of the large intestine? Water absorption. What is the function of the thyroid gland? Regulates metabolism. What is the longest bone in the human body? The femur. Can you guess the body part? Belly button. What is the smallest muscle in the human body? Stapedius. Which part of the digestive system is primarily responsible for water absorption? Large intestine. What part of the brain controls balance and coordination? Cerebellum. How many bones make up the human body? (206 bones). What is another name for the voice box? Larynx. What is the smallest bone in the human body? The stapes. Which hormone regulates the sleep-wake cycle? Melatonin. What is the primary function of the hormone adrenaline? Trigger the body's fight or flight response. What does bones need to grow? Calcium. Guess the body part. Tonsils. What is the function of the alveoli in the lungs? Gas exchange. What is the medical term for high blood pressure? Hypertension. Which cells in the blood are responsible for clotting? Platelets. Can you guess the organ? The stomach. What is the normal blood pressure range for an adult? (120/80 mmGh). Can you guess the organ? The small intestine. Which part of the human eye controls the amount of light entering? Pupil. Which part of the human brain is involved in memory formation? Hippocampus. What are these teeth called? The canines. What type of joint is found at the elbow? Hinge. What is the process by which the body produces heat by metabolizing food called? Thermogenesis. What type of cells are primarily responsible for carrying oxygen in the blood? Red blood cells. What is the common name for the patella? Kneecap. How many teeth does a human being have? (32). What does BMI stand for in the health terms? Body mass index. Which term refers to fat? Lipids. What is the main component of human nails and hair? Keratin. What joint connects the high bone to the pelvis? Hip joint. Can you guess the organ? The kidneys. What part of the brain processes sensory information? Thalamus. What is the largest muscle in the human body? Gluteus maximus. Which organ is primarily responsible for the production of urine? Kidneys. Which organ is involved in the detoxification of the metabolites and drug processing? Liver. What is the other name used to say the scapula? The clavicle. Which gland in the body is known as the master gland? Pituitary. Which bone protects the brain? The skull. What type of joint is the shoulder? Ball and socket. Which vitamin is vital for blood clotting and bone health? Vitamin K. Neurons are used to. Transmit information. What tissue connects bone to bone at joints? Ligaments. Which vitamin is essential for vision and skin health? Vitamin A. What bone is commonly known as the collarbone? Clavicle. What is the average respiratory rate per minute in a resting adult? (12 to 18 breaths). Can you guess the bone? The tibia. What substance in the stomach helps in digesting proteins? Pepsin. How many chromosomes does a human have? (46). What is the function of white blood cells? Fight infections. What is the term for the involuntary contraction of muscles? Spasm. The brain is a muscle. False. Which type of cell is responsible for producing antibodies? White blood cells. What part of the brain regulates heart rate and breathing? Medulla oblongata. What is the primary function of hemoglobin in the blood? Carry oxygen. What type of teeth are primarily used for grinding food? Molars. Can you guess the organ? The ovary. What is the normal range of vision for a human? (2020). What gas is exhaled during humorespiration? Carbon dioxide. What area of the brain is primarily responsible for processing visual information? Occipital lobe. Which part of the heart is responsible for pumping blood to the lungs? Right ventricle. How many liters of blood does an adult have on average? Five liters. What hormone is primarily responsible for regulating metabolism? Thyroxine. What part of the eye adjusts its shape to focus light on the retina? Lens. What is the primary function of the tympanic membrane? Hearing. Which organ is responsible for producing insulin? The pancreas. Which of these choices is not one of our five senses? Sleep. Which mineral is essential for muscle contraction? Calcium. Which vitamin is necessary for the absorption of calcium? Vitamin D. Which hormone is responsible for regulating the body's salt and water balance? Aldosterone. What part of the nervous system controls involuntary actions? Autonomic nervous system. Can you guess the bone? The coccyx. Which organ is responsible for balancing electrolytes in the body? Kidneys. What is the term for the death of tissue due to lack of blood supply? Necrosis. Which part of the human digestive system is responsible for water absorption? Large intestine. What vitamin is primarily absorbed in the small intestine? Vitamin D. What do the letters IQ mean? Intelligence quotient. How much water should an average adult drink daily? Two to 3 liters. What do the letters DNA stand for? Deoxyribonucleic acid. What is the average temperature of the human body in Celsius? (37°). What is the medical term for the natural cessation of menstruation? Menopause. How many liters of saliva do we produce on average each day? (1.5 liters). Which part of the brain is primarily responsible for voluntary movements? Cerebrum. Which blood type is known as the universal recipient? Comment your answer.
That's a wrap on today's quiz. We hope you had a blast with these questions. If you enjoyed it, please give us a like, subscribe, and click the notification bell for future quizzes. Share your results below, and keep pushing the boundaries of your knowledge with QuizMash. Catch you in the next quiz.